Hello everyone, welcome to day 17th of December Lead Code Challenge, and today's question is for some second. The question says you are given four lists and each list has equal number of elements. You need to count the number of permutations where uh, ith element of I plus bth element of j plus cth element of c plus uh, kth element of d, one element from each list sums up to 0. You need to count such combinations possible out of these 4 lists. So let's go through the example. And this example, the output is 2 because two tuples are possible. So 0th index of A, 0th index of B plus 0th index of C plus first index of D gives us 0, and the number is written as follows. Similarly, first index of A, second index of A plus third index, 0th index of C plus 0th index of D gives us again a 0. These are two such instances where we got 0 sum for all these 4 elements, and the answer becomes 2. So the first approach is pretty simple. You make 4 loops, one for each input list A, B, C, and D, and in the inner fourth loop, you calculate the sum of A of I plus B of J plus C of K plus L of D equals to 0, and you maintain a counter which you increment when you see such instance, and you return the counter in the end of the out of the 4 loops. However, this approach will be of order of time complexity n square, and don't want to go with that approach. We are looking for something optimized here because that will give you a TLE. So let's look at the optimized approach. Starting the slideshow, how are we going to solve this problem? If you have done two sum in the past, or two sum second, or three sum, you will get some idea that this can be solved using hash map approach. In those questions, you are given an array and you need to tell whether sum of two numbers is equal to a particular number or not. The optimized approach for solving this is using a hash map and extra space complex with an extra space complexity. So you are giving up on space versus the time complexity. The regular approach is of order of n square. The optimized approach is order of n, using some extra space for the hash map. So let's go by the similar theory. What you do, you take two combinations of arrays. So you merge A and B and you merge C and D. You calculate sum and frequency map. So let's go and calculate sum and frequency map for this input A and B. 1 plus minus 2 is minus 1. So minus 1 occurs for the first time in their frequency map, and hence you get minus 1 comma 1. You store minus 1 comma 1, and then you move ahead. 1 plus minus 1 is 0, and you store 0 comma 1 because that is occurring for the first time, and then you move the iteration to the second pointer. So now A of I becomes 2. 2 minus 2 is 0 again. 0 already existed. You incremented the value here. So you get 0 comma 2. And then 2 plus minus 1 is 1. 1 is occurring for the first time. The map contains these set of values now. Minus 1 comma 1, 0 comma 2, and 1 comma 1 as stated here. So this is the frequency map for the first combination A plus B, and then you do the similar kind of thing for C and D. So let's try out and find all the possible sums using order of n square algorithm, two loops. So minus 1 comma minus 1 plus 0 is minus 1, so you get minus 1, and then minus 1 plus 2 is 1, then 2 plus 0 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. So these are the four possible sums possible out of uh, C and D. What you're going to do, you will check whether the negation of this sum is present in the array map, the map or not. So these sums, you will negate these values. So 1 comma minus 1 comma minus 2 comma minus 4, and you will check whether these sums are present in the sum frequency map of A and B sums or not. If they are present, you add the frequency in your resultant uh, object, your frequency count, the answer object. So let's do that. So you get 1. So you check whether 1 is present in this map or not. 1 is present and the frequency is 1. So answer becomes 1. Now you check for minus 1. Minus 1 is also present and frequency is 1 again. So you add 1 to it. So answer becomes 2. Then you get minus 2 and minus 4. Minus 2 and minus 4 are not there. And you return 2 from here. The logic is, why are we doing this? Since a plus b plus c plus d should be equals to 0. So a plus b equals to minus of c plus d. This is the logic. So let's quickly code this up. To start with the count frequency, integer count equals to 0. So this is our answer variable. Let's create the map now. Integer comma integer. The map stands for two values, sum comma frequency. Now let's iterate through the A and B list. Let me just calculate the length here. Length of A, integer I equals to 0, I is less than len, I plus plus. For integer j equals to 0, j is less than len, j plus plus. And let's calculate the sum. A of I plus B of j, and let's put this value in the map. Map dot get or default sum comma 0 plus 1. Standard way of getting the value from the map and incrementing it by 1 and putting it back in the map. Now let's repeat this process again with C and D. Integer I equals to 0, I is less than len, I plus plus. For integer j equals to 0, j is less than len, j plus plus. Integer sum equals to c of I plus t of j. And let's try and count the times where minus sum exists in the map. Map dot get or get or default, so that we don't need to keep an if check here whether it contains or not. Minus sum comma 0, and let's add this in your answer object. We are done with this and simply return the count. Two, it passed, and let me just submit it. Accepted. Let's talk about time complexity for this approach. The time complexity for this approach would be order of n square. One for this combination, another for this combination. Both are traversing n square times. So the overall time complexity would be n square. And also talk about the space complexity of the solution. Time complexity of n square. Space would be again similar to order of n square, because you are calculating n square possible sums using a and b array, and you are storing it in a map, and hence the complexity becomes order of n square. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it.